Yes.
Oh.
Recording. Okay. Fellow Toastmaster and the most welcome guests, welcome to the advanced hashtag Elegant Speaker 222 meeting. My name is Sean. I am the search arm for today's meeting. Before starting the meeting, there are 3 ground rules we need to follow. First, please stay mute until it's your turn to speak. Second, we encourage you to turn on your camera for wonderful audience interaction if you are convenient. Third, the meeting will be recorded. If you are not comfortable to be recorded, you are welcome to turn off your camera, but please stay in the meeting to enjoy as much as you can. Now, let's put our hand together to welcome our present distinguished Toastmaster Lai to the virtual stage.
Thank you to our dedicated Toastmaster Sean for opening the meeting today. Now, first, I would like to acknowledge the presence of our sleeping distinguished Toastmaster, Program Quality Director Htwe, who is still sleeping, our District 51 Club Grow Director, distinguished Toastmaster Patricia Yap, our Division P Director, Tamizi. Now, Tamizi, stop laughing. Our Area P4 Director, Wendy, and past Area Director, P4, Jeffrey Tay. Welcome to Advanced #Ardent Speaker. I would like to welcome our guest, Shakira, as well. Now, just now, the power of pizza still continue between us. They have been going around looking for pizza, go back and forth. I believe later we're going to have pizza again after the meeting over or when I come over again. Now, fellow Toastmaster and friends, I'd like to invite our Toastmaster of the day, who has been an area director 2 times. I first know her when she started her Toastmaster journey in Yangon Toastmaster. A dedicated, willing to learn, humble, and always putting the best effort she is. Let's welcome our Toastmaster of the day, Shwe, to the stage. Shwe.
Thank you so much, our President Distinguished Toastmaster Lai. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our advanced #Ardent Speakers. Wow, it always the best thing ever. Like every Monday, joining AS meeting, because everybody here is like great leaders, great speakers. So we could learn a lot from each other. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. So today our meeting theme is the power of journaling. So do you love writing, journaling? Yes. Oh, okay. So do you write every day? Like, do you write like anything like about you? Do you write every day? Oh no, really? Yeah, okay. So yeah, for me also, this is my 2025 diary. I always like write down a page every night. At the end of the day, I always write down what I am grateful for. So I write it down, yeah, every day. So that is so good. Actually, you know, I could reflect myself. Sometimes when I'm lost or depressed, like I go back to the first day, second day of January of 2025, and I read it back, and I got a lot of like positivity from my journaling. So if you lost your positivity, like if you want to be more positive, go and write journaling. Okay. So yes, as a Toastmaster of the day, my responsibility is to introduce you the theme of the meeting, as well as to introduce you with our role players for today. And today we do have our amazing grammarian, who is none other than another DTM, Distinguished Toastmaster Tamizi. Would you like to introduce word of the day and your role?
Hi, good afternoon. I am the grammarian for today. My duty for today is to observe the usage of the English language, to suggest how could we make the language better, and also I will also become the counter, where I will count the speech fillers for every speaker in the meeting. The word of the day is beholden. Beholden Please use the word of the day. I am not sure. They have no meaning of the word here. Let me just check. Hold on. Okay. I'll type the word of the day, the meaning word of the day on the chat box. Please use the word of the day. Beholden.
Yeah.
Over to you.
Okay, thank you so much. What a great introduction about word of the day. Everybody, yes, this is like visual learning. You just check the chat box, and then you can use it. So we encourage you to use word of the day beholden every time when you are okay to use it. So let's go. We have our next important role player. He is our Mr. Rolex timer Toastmaster Shan. Would you like to introduce your timing your timing sequence, because today is a bit different from the other week. The speaker is special. Okay, Shan, the stage is yours.
Okay, thank you for everyone. I know today is Alicia's speech, so we have 8 minutes for green ball, and 9 minutes for yellow ball, and 10 minutes for red ball. That is a wonderful speech. Just waiting for Alicia. Thank you. Back to the Patricia. Back to the Shwe.
Thank you so much, Shan. So everyone in Toastmaster, we always like appreciate and applaud our hands whenever we invite a role player or after they finish the talking. This is how we appreciate each other. So let's give a round of applause to welcome our speaker of the day, distinguished Toastmaster Alicia. She's doing level one, writing a speech with a purpose. And her speech title is, wait a second, Finding My WHYY. So let's welcome our speaker, distinguished Toastmaster Alicia, on the stage.
Thank you, Shwe Sin. Let me ask you all a question. Have you ever looked at your life and thought, how did I end up here? Hands up if you've ever been in that situation. For Tamizi, how did you end up as an accountant? For Lai, thinking, how did I end up in bodybuilding and whatever that sport is? Pat, ending up in Malaysia from Canada. Janet, listening to Alicia trying to speak in Bahasa and failing. Have we all been there? Yes, we have. See, in early 2022, I was working in the world's most boring industry, financial services, specifically insurance. I spent most of my days filling out forms, reading the fine print, and having the same conversations with the same people about the same problems. If you know insurance, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Or if you know in financial services industry, you'll know what I'm talking about. It was dull. It wasn't just dull, let me add. It was soul-crushing. I was existing, but I wasn't living. Then, in 2022, my body forced me to stop. I felt ill. What started as fatigue, severe pain, spiraled into very severe pain, and into something far more serious. And for over a year, I bounced between doctors, blood tests, dead ends, and all the while, my life was unraveling, not before me, but it was happening before me. In 2023, I had to move 5 times in 6 months. Now, many of you may have heard this speech before, but I've added more to it. From Sydney to Mossvale, Mossvale to Newcastle, Newcastle to Sydney, Sydney back to Sydney again. It was a whole disaster. It was 5 times that I was moving in between places. It chipped away at my energy, my confidence, and of course, my sense of stability. Eventually, the diagnosis came last year. I have a form of lupus. Now, if you don't know what lupus is, it's an autoimmune disorder that explains everything. It's your internal system is fighting against each other. It's sort of like cancer without being cancer, in that you go into remission and then you reappear. So I have been through that process again this year, and it's actually happened over the last couple of weeks. That's why I haven't been present recently. I'm mainly in my bed. it changes everything for me because it means I have to have ongoing management, good days, bad days. At the moment, I'm in my bad day situation, and accepting that my health is not always going to be predictable. It's always going to be unpredictable. I'll be down like a flash and I'll always be in bed. So last week I was in bed pretty much the whole week. But in some strange way, my illness has given me clarity. And I realized also I couldn't go back to that old life I was living. The life of boredom, the burnout, and of course, the boring beige cubicles. If I was going to live with this chronic condition, then I was going to have to make every part of my life count going forward. So I did start to ask the bigger questions. What am I passionate about? What gives me energy? What do I actually want to do? So in 2024, I took a big leap. I know I can't work full time. I know that my hours are going to have to be sporadic and not many people are going to be able to work around my hours. So I did what most normal people who are having a midlife crisis, who have a medical condition do. I decided to go back to university. Yeah, most people in my situation don't usually do that, but I decided to do that. And I applied to 20 universities in Australia, from east to west, west to east, north to south, south to north, you name it, I applied for it. And you know what? I applied for every weird and wonderful degree. I applied for sports management. I applied for marketing. I applied for business. I applied for arts. I even applied for drama and acting. I mean, I don't have to do drama and acting because I'm already a drama queen as it is, but I did it anyway because, you know, you never know. I even applied for Aboriginal studies. I don't even know why I did that. But the wildest thing did happen. I got into every single one of those. After all those rejections from my own body that continue to had, it felt incredible to get a yes. Actually, it felt incredible to get 20. How many people can say they even get 2 acceptances into university? But I got into every single university and I got into every single program in my country, which is unheard of. Now, I started at Swinburne, but it didn't suit me because talking about a picture of a raindrop and trying to give comparisons from an artistic point of view just went over my head. And I thought, what bullshit is this? So I changed my degree. Then I ended up at Charles Sturt Uni doing education and training. And I realized I really don't want to teach kids because I'm absolutely going to kill myself if I have kids around me because I can't handle screaming little children. Then I decided, okay, well, I might go and speak Korean and get all into the Korean K-pop thing. That went down the rabbit hole as well. Then, of course, I decided at the last moment in September, and it's actually the anniversary this year, I decided I would go back and go to Torrens University. Now, Torrens is a private university, very expensive, but the way that they deliver with their learning and their online learning is one of the best in the country and also in the world. They're experts at this. In fact, their online first design degrees fit my learning style and my health needs. I can stop, record, start. They only have 20 to 30 people in each lecture because they like the personalized attention. So I began a Bachelor of Business in Event Management, which excited me because I was able to use my skills to create unforgettable experiences, something that I've learned since coming online on Zoom. But as I guess, driven deeper into this rabbit hole, something else has been there, something bigger. Now, I'm not a person who loves sport other than picking on Tamizi every now and then about rugby union, which is one of my favorite pastimes. But I realized that I actually don't mind it. So at the beginning of this year, I did the unforgettable. I applied to become a professional sports commentator. And guess what? I ended up becoming a professional sports commentator for netball. If you don't know what netball is, it's like basketball, but the women's version. And I can tell you that the women play much more aggressively in this sport than the men play in basketball or the women in basketball. It is much more hectic and it is a far better sport. Sorry to anyone who likes basketball, but I prefer netball. So I became a professional sports commentator, specializing in the Premier League of netball. One day I was lying in my bed, joint pain, arthritis, back pain, you name it. The next day, I'm holding a microphone in my hand, calling the shots live on TV, diving into the crowds, playing the stats out in front of everyone, energy, strategy, it was all happening. And it was like telling the story, unfolding it, and telling to the viewer as it unfolded. So you have to be good at table topics. Let me just tell you that. For the first time in a long time, I actually felt alive when I sat there with my co-commentator, Natalie. I just wasn't watching sport. I was actually bringing it to life. I was a part of it. That's when I've decided to make that change. I've decided that I am going to do sports management and not events management, because this isn't just a hobby. It's actually a career, and it is where I'm earning my income from now. It's my way of combining my love for people, performance planning, and purpose, and living with purpose. Now, I look back at that girl from 2022, dragging herself to the office job she absolutely hated, and thinking, was that all that life had to offer? And now I wish I could look back and tell her, hold on, you're just about to find your why. That why isn't about a degree or a job title. It's about choosing yourself again, especially when your body and life feel out of control. It's about starting again, no matter how many times you have to move or rebuild. And it's about saying, I still have something to give. I still have something to live for. Today, I study full-time. I commentate professionally on a contract. I live with a chronic illness, but I no longer live in fear. I've swapped the insurance for inspiration, and I've learned that even in the middle of illness, chaos, and even cardboard boxes, that you, me, us, and we can all find our why. Back to you, Shwe.
Wow, thank you so much. Everyone, let's give a round of applause. Why? That is like very powerful question that we have to ask to ourselves. Thank you so much. We have to find our purpose of our life. Thank you for this wonderful message to all of us. Great reminder for all of us again to ask ourselves why. Okay, so everyone, let's invite our evaluator. There are two evaluators in our club. One is content evaluator and the other one is delivery. So the content evaluator for today is our club president, Lai. The stage is yours.
Thank you, Alicia, for sharing about your story about how you overcome so many things in your life. Now, my sister also suffered from lupus. I kind of understand what you have went through some part of your life with the sick illness. Now, I'm grateful to be part of your. Now, let me share with you by liking your speech and what I feel can further improve in this speech. Number one, that I like the personal story about your challenge and share your challenges, the struggle you went through along the way, and the journey when you go up, when things get better for you, when things doesn't seem in a brighter day, yet you somehow make it. I was surprised even with 20 acceptance in university. That was definitely not easy to apply, and you make it, and with all the opportunity given, that's mean a great everything is giving back to you as you've given your service to others as well. Number two is your calmness, the way you deliver your speech from a thought. So they are serious, but yet you're able to inject humor in between to enlighten us through your journey. There are times when people going through hard times, it's even hard to put on some humor in between. Yet you manage to do it, and we are glad to listen to it and know how you feel going through it. Now, let me share what I feel what is missing actually in this part. Number one is when you are able to be accepted into the university or even a job, there are times when you're feeling illness. Actually, how did you find the strength or drive even to give it best to perform for the job and study? Of course, the drive, what makes you to be standing strong when things are getting better. That's an important part of one of the story that I feel missing that makes it. So the drive there, what is the drive there? Number two is I feel there are many things in the sharing of examples. Maybe there are some examples can be shortened, and how far and now currently on your journey, what is the most important why that you have found, aside from your conclusion that giving back to your studies and all this is not blocking you, yet you found the power why. What is the why now to serve back? I believe this is all from the beholden that we receive, and you're giving it back to the society what you have been through. It's never easy going through this journey, and of course, all of us here, we'll be praying for you, wishing you all the best all the time, and anything you need us, we will be here for you. Back to you, Swisin.
Oh my God! Wow! Let's give a round of applause. This is the champion evaluation for DTM Alicia. I believe DTM Alicia got so much valuable feedback from him, and I really like always like whatever DTM like give feedback. It's always useful and helpful for all of us. Thank you so much. We could learn a lot from him. And now, let us continue to our next role player, Toastmaster Wendy, for evaluation for delivery. The stage is yours.
All right. Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, Swisin. Alicia, we have always been beholden by what you have been giving to many, many clubs all around the world in Toastmasters, especially when it comes to delivering of your speeches, delivering of being the Toastmaster of the Day. I've always remembered the times that you have always given us many, many different ways to actually live in the atmosphere, especially being in the as a Toastmasters of the Day. So in your speech today, I could feel you. I could really empathize how you are feeling at this very moment, right? And you gave us your story about your journey when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. Certainly, the delivery has really touched each and every one of us here who are listening virtually to your speech. In terms of the voice, I would suggest that I find it a little on the monotonous side. I would suggest that if you could inject more pitch and pauses, a little bit more pregnant pauses, and also on the pacing, is fine, but there are certain times where you could actually go a little bit faster so as to bring out that excitement and also to bring out the part where you wanted to make things go faster, but you couldn't. So that voice projection could have been a little bit more. I would like to see more from you. And when it comes to hand gestures, being on the virtual stage, hand gestures could also be one way when it comes to delivery, when there were some points where you said, hold on, okay, you can put in a stop sign to show that you're actually putting on hold certain things that you wanted to put on hold. And facial expression, I was expecting more facial expression coming from your side, and that would have even and liven. For example, it was like so boring. It was certainly very boring. So that kind of facial expression would have made more impact on the speech that you're giving for today. Right? So all in all, I really enjoyed your speech, but the message went through really well. I could feel it emotionally. But when it comes to delivery on the physical side, we would like to hear more on the voice projection, on the pitch, pace, and pregnant pauses, and also on the hand gestures, plus the facial expression. That would have been a bigger package that you could deliver and present on your presentation skills. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Wendy. Everyone, let's give a round of applause for our speaker and for two evaluators. Now, so far, we have been learning a lot from the speakers and evaluator. So, without further ado, we still have the next exciting session, which is the table topic session. So, let's enjoy that session. And for this one, like at first, DTM Herlina was the rule taker. However, she could not join. we have another person who is beholden for this session. I am so thankful to her. Anyone, do you want to guess who is that table topic master? One guess, please, from the audience.
Diana.
Diana.
Oh my God, so Diana is our table topic master. Thank you so much, Diana. Oh my God, people know you. Okay, yours.
Okay, thank you, Table Topics Master. As member of a advanced speakers, I've always beholden in whatever the experience they have shared with me as members and guests. And now I'm in honor to replace sort of Herlina, and she already shared with me all the topics that she has for you guys to take on with. So anybody's ready to do the first table topics? I have 8 topics to choose with, so go crazy.
Okay, I'll go first.
Okay, Toastmaster Wendy, which number would you like to?
Number 1, please.
Okay, number 1. All right. The topic is the ethics of the headline. Basically, tell us how responsible framing builds trust and how misleading ones can destroy it. So, Toastmaster Wendy, the ethics of the headline.
Ethics of headlines. As we know, when it comes to headlines, it is either you attract attention or you distract attention. So that is really very important, because when in this age of digital age, the attention span of each and everyone is really very, very, very short, I would say. So whether, when it comes to headlines, whether what is being published or what is being put out there, is it ethical or not? So let's take a look at some of the headlines that you have been seeing. For example, about war, for example. Are they giving us a kind of sense of insecurity? What exactly is this headline trying to tell us, or trying to put the world into chaos? So ethics itself makes it very, very important when it comes to whether the intention of the person putting out the headlines in either the digital or in the social medias. It is very important to have the person who wants to put that message across and to allow whether to have peace or you're going to have war. That will be a framing that most people would use as a headline to put across to the people that they want to target. So intentions of the people putting out the headlines, whether it has to be ethical or not, a lot depends on what was or what is the purpose that they want to put that headline across. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day. Sorry, Table Topic Master.
Okay, thank you so much, Toastmaster Wendy. I totally agree with you. It is about intentions, and it's very important to frame the headlines to the target audience without misleading them. Thank you so much for your response. I believe the second topic is Jeffrey. So which
Yes.
number would you like to pick?
Number 4.
Number 4. Okay. This is interesting in a working environment. The power of the follow-up question. So meaning why good leaders or journalists never stop at the first answer. The power of the follow-up question, Toastmaster Jeffrey.
Thank you for the question, Table Topic Master. The power of follow-up. We need to follow up in life? Because it is important that we need to know when is a bad threat that we can see. taking for example, recently I got a guest from another place who want to join Toastmasters, but she don't want to join my Toastmasters club because my club is in national language. But I still follow up with her because who knows, someday she might join into my club also to improve the other language, which is the bilingual. So whatever we follow up through is very important to take care of that person's intention. So I just asked her back some of the follow-up question. When we learn in Toastmasters, we should ask the right question where she stay, especially because it's no point that if you want to travel very far to my place or to other places, it's just burn out her petrol and so on. And of course, she want to do a debate style, just debate style. But somehow I told her that Toastmasters, we don't just do debate style. Normally, we just do a lot of other things as well, if she's interested. Somehow she said, yes, she's still interested. So I just let her know that there's someone that I can connect for you at another place for you to go to attend Toastmasters. And she's very beholden to me that someone like me able to refer it to her to another place. And when I contacted the president of that club, she's also beholden to me as well, that she might get another new member soon, who might not know. But as I said earlier, the power of follow-up is really important because you might never know where he or she might end up to the club. She might change the mind because you are more care, and then she might don't even mind to join your club, even though it's in another language. Who knows one day? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jeffrey. Toastmasters will definitely resonate with follow-up question, especially in new membership campaigns. So good job, Toastmaster Jeffrey, in your act of following up. I believe your act can go a very long way. So for third table topic speaker, Toastmaster Jeanette, you can choose between 2 to 8, except for 4.
Number 8.
Number 8, lucky number 8. Okay, the question is fact-checking as a leadership habit, which also means the discipline of making sure your words can be trusted. So fact-checking as a leadership habit, Toastmaster Jeanette.
Fact checking as a leadership habit. This is something that a habit should be taken care of when you are a leader. Reason being is that because when we want to share the information, for example, is this information truly true in terms of the genuinity of the information? Firstly, is that, for example, I want to share about Toastmasters, the background of Toastmasters Club, or the history of Toastmasters. It has to be factual and also correct in order to persuade or to provide the right information to our members or even our potential guests in terms of the information related to Toastmasters. And this will also help us as leader, myself, to walk the talk rather than not sharing the correct information. And the words can be trusted. For example, if I want to share about Toastmasters as a platform for me to improve my communication as well as my leadership skills, basically I will walk the talk and demonstrate to my potential guests or even my friends that yes, I deliver my speech and also help me to elevate the level of speech delivery and content. And through this way, I can also improve and also hold different leadership roles in my capacity in the club. So to summarize, it is important to walk the talk, to share information that is genuinely correct, as well as be able to demonstrate by taking the step of delivering the speech or even taking up roles. And that could actually help to make sure that the information in terms of fact checking is correct. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Janet. What is a habit if it's not for leaders? So again, fact checking is also very important in Toastmasters' work, especially in conveying information. We want to definitely share the accurate knowledge to all our members. I can definitely will rely on Janet for all the right info about Toastmasters. So thank you again. Table topic number 4, Tarmizi, from 2 to 7, except for 8, except for 4.
Two.
Okay, number 2. So I think this is very also important for bosses like you. Topic is interview like a leader, which means developing active listening and asking high impact questions. So interview like a leader, Toastmaster Tarmizi. Go ahead.
Interview like a question. Wow, that's a great question. Basically, to be honest, we interview everybody every day without even realizing. If we are able to ask the right question, we will be able to get to know the person better. There were days, long time ago, they were specific. Tell me about yourselves. What do you do? Those kind of questions that is, in my opinion now, is not relevant. We must ask relevant and question that can bring out the personality of the person. Only then the interview will be much success. What I usually do, I practice my interview skills of basically trying to understand people is to ask them the right question. Be a good listener. I try to use the 70-30 rule. 70, I let them speak because everybody loves to speak, talk about themselves. I'm sure, right? All of us love to listen to ourselves. But when we listen to them, it shows that we care. There'll be an element of authenticity, genuine concern about the person. Then we are able to connect. Without connections, it's just talk. What we call interview. Is interviewing for a job now relevant? I'm not sure. But to be able to get a good team player is we must be able to connect with them. And once the connection is made, then things will be right. So to have a good interview, we must learn to ask the right question. Try using the 70-30 rule. It makes you connected because you listen. Over to you, Topic Master.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Tarmizi. Interview simply means asking the right question. What a way to break the ice too, right? So always remember relevance question for successful feedback. I learned a lot from you and must listen attentively. Then connection definitely happens. So I guess we have one more, we have some time for one more table topics here.
Yes.
Okay, let's go, Alicia. From 3 to 7, except for 4.
Number 7.
Number 7.
Please.
Okay. All right. So this is, okay. Right here. The editorial meeting from idea to execution. So basically how to get discussion without killing creativity. So the editorial meeting from idea to execution. Alicia.
Interesting question, because as a division director, one has to be open to everything and everyone's opinion. Lai will know what I'm talking about. So will Tarmizi, especially when you've got every single personality on your team as a division director. Let me introduce you to my 3 area directors. The 2 extroverts and the introvert and the over extroverted extrovert. I've got one male, the token male. He is an extrovert, very loud, Brazilian, crazy, absolute nutcase. Then I've got my other extrovert. She's not overly extrovert, but she is an extrovert. She's a bit shy with the way she approaches, but she's very talkative once you get to know her. Then we've got the token introvert. Oh, but she does talk now. She's having to compete with all the extrovert. Then you've got the mother hen. The overly extroverted extroverts. So you can just imagine what the team is like. Now they're throwing all their ideas, and I have, like, you know, I like to have the my way or the highway, but I realized after speaking to one of my mentors that everyone has a plan, everyone has a place at the table, don't they, friends? So we've got to have everyone's opinions and we've got to collaborate. So this is where we have to have collaboration, communication, and using the connection. So what do? I allow them to all speak. And yes, sometimes they don't just speak to me just at the meeting. They call me 3 to 4 times a day. Yes, my area directors sometimes call me 3 to 4 times a day. I want to hang myself sometimes, but that's okay. Though I like the fact that they're connecting with me. I like the fact that they're wanting to collaborate. I love the fact that they've got ideas, and I love the fact that they want to have community. But for me, it's making sure that everyone's thoughts and ideas come to the table, even the little squeaky, quiet introvert. I want to hear everyone's plans. But then there's me, the bulldozer, who sometimes has to go, okay, I really don't like this idea. I hate this idea, but I need to be democratic, not autocratic, and authoritative, and listen. So I've started to take on the board my mentor's feedback of being a listener and being positive with every single engagement I'm in. So that's what I am. A positive shining light of inspiration who listens to everything and everyone, as you can tell. Is that sarcasm or not? Back to you.
Thank you so much, Alicia. Yes, the importance of colorful personalities in a good dynamic team is a must to encourage creativity. So different personality always allows successful collaboration. So no matter whatever virtues are you need a bulldozer like Alicia to be in your team. So thank you again to all the table topic speakers, all your brave souls. I guess that's all from the table topic session today. I will pass back to our Toastmaster of the day. Toastmaster Shwe.
Thank you. Thank you so much, our table topic master, for asking such a wonderful question to all the speakers. And I believe we all enjoy it. Thank you so much. Wow, we have 16 people in the meeting and so many people are listening. Thank you so much for your active participation. Although you couldn't speak, you are still with us. So that's so good for us. And now, we also having the best speaker. Kindly vote for the best speaker. Okay, we have also the table topic evaluator, who is none other than distinguished Toastmaster Sasi. So the stage is yours, GTM Sasi.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Shwe. So first of all, I would like to congratulate all the speakers for taking up the topics, and I would also like to congratulate the table topic master for giving us these mind-blowing topics. So first of all, we have Toastmaster Wendy speaking about ethics of headlines. And I think what you did very well, you were calm, composed, and comfortable speaking on this topic. You didn't even show a sign of being nervous. So I really like that part. And you gave a very relatable and recent example talking about war. We all see this very often nowadays. So I think you really aced your topic, calm, composed, and comfortable with the topic. If there's one thing that I would like to suggest, probably it's not a point of improvement, but probably to up your game, I would love to hear a specific headline and what was the ethics. Was it right or wrong? Then that probably could give us a more to dive in deeper into the topic. Other than that, I think you did a great job. Next, we have Toastmaster Jeffrey, the power of the follow-up question. And I really like how you relate to your personal life, that how you convince a member of joining a Toastmasters club. And you gave an example, like you asked a follow-up question and then what she replied. And then she wanted a debate style, and all this thing was done. And you gave a how powerful a follow-up question is. How I would suggest to make a bit different is you probably should emphasize the follow-up questions. So probably if your follow-up question is, why you don't want to join. Give me a reason. So probably this one line, I would prefer if you to highlight it few times so the audience feels the impact of these powerful questions. Nevertheless, I think how you convince the member to become a Toastmaster member at the end of the day is very good. And next, we have Toastmaster Janet, fact checking as a leadership habit. And I really love how you start putting yourself in the shoes of this topic. You started giving example of how you want to be a genuine leader by doing the fact check, and you gave the whole process and how you ensure this habit is followed by you. If there's one thing I would like to suggest for you to do something differently, during the conclusion, I would probably want you to re-emphasize that how fact-checking is important for a leader. That would have given more impact to the audience listening. Yes, fact-checking is important. We have a takeaway and go home and to resonate with. Next in line, we have Tamizi, interview like a leader. His speech was also like a leader. And what Tamizi did here is he gave his point of view, POV. What's relevant? What type of question is relevant? What type of question is irrelevant? And then he also tried to speak about his skills, what skills he demonstrated, like being an active listener and all. And I really loved how he ended the conclusion with an impact. What I've been telling for the other speakers before this, he actually emphasized the importance of interviewing as a leader. I really think he made an impact in the conclusion. And last but not least, we have Alicia. From idea to the execution in a board meeting or in a team meeting. So Alicia, you started speaking about your team members and their traits or the nature or the types of them and how you personally run things. And then you also gave a difference between being democratic and autocratic and how you have to balance between two, and when really you bulldoze everything and go. However, one thing that I would like to highlight is it's my personal opinion. I felt the speech was a bit deviating. It talks more about what type of person are you during the idea to execution, during the from the during the process. How let me put this way. I feel the whole speech was about what type of behavior you have during the idea and execution. And what I would like to hear better or more is how was the process? How do you turn the idea into execution at the end of the whole process? That probably I would say would have created more impact. Nevertheless, all the 5 table topic speakers did a marvelous job, and I learned something from each of you. And thank you for having me as the table topic evaluator. Back to you, Shwe.
Wait a second, I'm in. Hello, yeah. So thank you so much, DTM Sasi, for this wonderful feedback. Now let me invite our grammarian, DTM Tamizi.
Okay, first lesson of being a grammarian, make sure you have a format to write all these things. Don't jumble up everything. So I'm now very confused, but I will go with the flow. Okay, for the word of the day, beholden. If I did not record your name, you can PM me and just put our hands up, and I am really sorry about that. First, Lai once, Wendy once, Shusin once, Diana once, and Jeffrey twice. So the winner is Jeffrey on the usage of the word beholden. The English, there are sentences of the English language that has been presented today great. These are some of the phrases that I really like. By Alicia, I was existing, I wasn't living. Wow. Been there, been there. All of us, most of us have been there. We exist, but we don't live. Really deep. It's cancer without being cancer. Alicia. And the last one that I really love, my illness has given me clarity. I hope everybody in this room will get clarity for whatever they are doing. Thank you, Alicia, for this. And also I got some, hold on, some from Wendy. I could feel you. I could feel you when you said the going gets tough, the tough gets going. Thank you, Wendy. Shusin, we could learn from each other. Some minor adjustment of the English language, in my opinion, with the sick illness, we could be better with the illness or stricken with illness. I totally agree. You can remove the totally and say I agree. So with that, for the R counter, okay, very few today. Lai only use one R. Wendy, that. And other than that, no more. Well, thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, DTM Kamezi. Okay, so now we are going to our timing report. Let's invite our Mr. Rolex Shen for all the speakers and timing reports.
Yes, for the time report, I find that everyone is on time and someone used the time the best. I am so surprised. So thank you. Back to the Swayze.
Okay, thank you so much. Yay, we have DTM Harlina in the meeting too. Thank you, DTM Harlina.
Sorry for being late.
It's okay. This was Diana have as a TTM. So thank you so much to both of you for providing the questions and for taking the imprinted role. Thank you. Okay, so it's time to share the best speaker announcement. And now let me give the control back to our DTM Lai, our club president.
Thank you, Swisin, for running the meeting wonderfully. Let's give her a big hand of applause and the members who are taking roles today. Thank you. Now, before we move on, we'd like to give up the certificate for our club meeting today. Shan, is the certificate ready? Shan, you're still muted. Let me take one for Swisin first. Okay, Swisin, get ready. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay. 1, 2, 3. Swisin, get one more. 1, 2, 3. Okay, next, Shan. Best speaker, Alicia. She's spotlighting. Congratulations, Alicia.
This is my 3rd week in a row. I cannot believe this. Thank you.
Speak well. Okay, get ready. 1, 2, 3. Okay, done. And for the role player, it's like, okay, Swisin. Ready. Wait, doing one by one. Sean. Here's our Division P director. Diana. Is Diana? Okay, anyone I'm missing? I hope not. Oh, Sasi.
Sasi.
And for
Okay.
Harlina too, since she's in.
Yeah. Alina. I think Sasi left. Is it? Yeah, Sasi left. Okay, everyone. Let's take a group photo. For this group photo, get ready. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now, before that, let's take a big group photo all together. Everyone, please do a pause. Shut off the screen sharing first. Okay. One, get ready for group photo first. One, get ready. 1, 2, 3. Wait more. If you have a journal, bring together like Swisin, or any pose you prefer. Take picture. Okay. Get ready. 1, 2, 3. Okay, done. Thank you everyone for joining our club meeting today. I believe everyone have learned something from the table topic session, so does from the prepared speech. I believe every words, every sharing will empower us in our future journey. And thank you everyone for joining us today. I would like to adjourn our meeting for today, and please stay back for some chit chat. Thank you everyone. Shan, can stop the recording.
Create unlimited tweets.